What is going on with YouTube, man? I told y'all I was coming out with this video, matchmaking the entire welterweight division, well, from 1 to 15. Starting off with Jack Della Maddalena recently beat Bilal Muhammad. We know this fight is happening. It's set to be booked either in October, November, or December. This is the obvious fight to make. Huge fight. I think I do give the edge to JDM, but this is the most obvious matchup in the division right now. Moving on. Marty versus Bilal Muhammad. This is a no-brainer. I mean, like, they have beef. Their styles can coincide. They can mesh well to where it can be entertaining. I don't think Bilal is going to be able to out-grapple Usman. I don't think Usman is going to be able to do what he did to Buckley, to Bilal. I can't see that happening. So hopefully we get like an entertaining hopefully we get an entertaining mixed martial arts fight. But this is the obvious fight to make. They have beef. They could, in the build up to this, Usman can come out with the podcast episode. He can drop some of that. Maybe try to show him, maybe edit it a little bit to show him shitting on Bilal, or Bilal can try to peer pressure him into forcing Usman to drop the video if he really did make Usman cry in the video. That's what they're saying. That's what the street's saying. I don't know. But this is the obvious matchup to make. Bilal is the number 1 contender. Usman's number 5. So, Usman just beat Buckley. He can't fight Leon Edwards. Sean Brady fight, you could make that. I wouldn't make that fight. Shop, what I'm saying? Like, him and Bilal are the obvious fight to make. Bilal can't fight too low, and he also can't fight Sean Brady. So, he can't fight. He can't get a rematch right now. Book Usman Bilal. I mean, Usman didn't take a ton of damage, so he realistically should be back. They should co-main a December card. They should co-main like an Ilya Topuria versus Arman Sarukian, something like that. Moving on. Sean Brady versus Shavkat Rakhmonov. Look, man, Shavkat's ruined his career. He's truthfully ruined his career. Sean Brady pulled off a massive win against Leon Edwards, a dominant number 2 contender in the world right now. One more fight and he's getting a title shot. Why not book him against Shavkat? I mean, Shavkat's wins haven't really aged well. His recent wins, he's inactive as fuck. He's walking around with his chest poked out, talking about he doesn't want this fight. I saw that quote on Twitter the other day. He doesn't want a tune-up fight or whatever, a fight before the championship. He wants to fight for the belt next. No, nigga, you're not getting next. JDM Islam is next, and when JDM wins, he will fight either the winner of he might fight Usman, he might fight Ian Gary, he might fight Sean Brady, but it's not going to be Shavkat immediately. Shavkat needs another one. He sat out too long. He had a lackluster performance against Ian Gary. And, yeah, and Sean Brady's in the situation where he can't fight. He just beat the number 2 contender in Leon Edwards to take his number 2 spot. He can't fight Bilal. He just lost to Bilal 3 years ago. He's not going to fight for the belt right away. He could, but they won't give it to him. He's not very interesting. He's not a draw. Shavkat is the matchup to make. 2 and 3, they're right next to each other. Winner gets the title shot over Bilal and Usman. Simple shit. They should be fighting. I mean, Shavkat hasn't fought since December of 2024. This nigga should be fighting on the next card or 2. Like, this fight should take place in Abu Dhabi or something like that. This could be a featured. No, this could be like, this could either be a co-main event of a pay-per-view or its own fight night main event. I think this would be a good fight night main event. I don't want to see them getting 3 rounds and this is a number 1 contender fight and they're getting a 3-round bout. I'm not fucking with that. I think 5-round fight to tune them up. I think Shavkat would beat Sean Brady, but this is the fight to make. I mean, Shavkat is acting like he's Islam or something. Like, I don't know. Moving on, though, to Leon Edwards, who's ranked number 4 right now. Give him Michael Morales. I mean, he didn't take a ton of damage in his fight. Michael Morales took 0 damage. Like, he probably, that video of him sparring where he was hard sparring, he probably took more damage in that than he did in his fight against Gilbert Burns. This is the obvious fight to make. This is already there's already rumors of this happening already. Book this. I mean, I would take Michael Morales probably. Leon Edwards is fucking. I don't know how he became champion, man. That Leon Edwards is so fucking garbage, dude. I was the biggest Leon fan for a while too, but he's so garbage, man. But this is the fight to make. Leon can't fight Usman. Just lost to Brady. Just lost to Bilal. Not gonna fight for a title, so that leaves Shavkat, who's already matched up with Sean Brady. And then you could match him up against Ian Gary. I like Ian Gary in another matchup that we'll talk about soon. But, I mean, there's already rumblings. Michael Morales is number 7 or 8. I believe he's 8. There's already rumblings of this fight happening. Book the fight, man. Just book it. Like, these fighters should not be fighting once a year, especially taking minimum damage. Michael Morales took no damage. He just beat Gilbert Burns. He just beat him in 2 minutes. Leon Edwards got dominated, but he got submitted. Like, he got dominated by Sean Brady. He didn't get dominated by Max Holloway. You know what I'm saying? Book this fight as a featured bout on a pay-per-view. Don't book this as a co-main. You can book this as a feature fight, or you can have this as they're going to Qatar or Qatar or whatever, November 22nd. You can have this as the main event. Perfect timeline, perfect everything for them. The winner, which might be Michael Morales, can go on to fight. He's got 1 or 2 more fights before he can fight for a title, you know. But moving on, get the Buck versus the Cook out the way. Buck versus Cook, this fight should have happened last December. It fell out because Bilal got injured. Buck versus Cook. I'm not a fan of giving Ian Gary like a number 1 contender fight because he didn't get destroyed by Shavkat, and he beat number fucking 14 Carlos Prates on short notice. I'm not a fan of Ian Gary even being close to a title shot right now. He got given a favor, like he got given a lob by fighting Shavkat. So that doesn't get you in good I feel like that shouldn't get you in good standing with the company because you stepped up to do yourself a bigger favor than they would have done. You know what I'm saying? It's just Ian Gary's been fucking hard pressed about getting a title shot or getting a number 1 contender fight, and then he's talking about if Islam Makhachev was to move up, he's number 1 pound for pound. I'm gonna throw my hands up. Fucking bitch. If you're wondering why he's that small, it's for a fucking reason. Book Buck versus Cook, man. Buckley stunk it up in his last performance. Really showed that he's got a lot to work on. He's not the top of the food chain. They are right next to each other in the rankings. Ian Gary's number 6, Buckley's number 7. Obvious matchup to make. I mean, what more can we say? It's Buck versus Cook. Book the fucking fight. Moving on. Colby Covington. Number 9, Colby Covington versus number 14, Kevin Holland. Now you might be wondering, Ron, why do you have Kevin Holland booked against Colby Covington and Kevin Holland's fighting D-Rod in a month? Or is it a month? Or is he fighting on... Kevin Holland might be fighting this or next weekend. Is he? Yeah, he's fighting next weekend. Kevin Holland is fighting Daniel Rodriguez next weekend on UFC 318, I believe. Kevin Holland fights 12 times a year. I mean, Colby Covington fights 1 time a year at this point. He's fought 1 time a year for the past 3 years now. So, Kevin Holland called him out in his last fight. I'm sure he will beat Daniel Rodriguez. So why not book this fight? There's no one else for Kobe to fight. Kobe's looking for that money fight, the legacy fight, not legacy fight. He's looking for the fight that'll make the most noise right now, and he's not in a position to get like a. He could get an Ian Gary fight if they book Buck versus Cuck and Ian Gary loses. Then that would be a good fight for him. But there's no other good fights for him. He can't fight. He's not gonna fight Leon again. Not gonna fight Usman again. Not gonna fight Bilal. Bilal's too at the top. Even if Bilal loses his next fight, he's still gonna fight in the top like 8. Colby Covington sitting at 9, inactive. Give him Kevin Holland. They will put on a great performance, no matter what card they're on, where they are. They will put on a good performance. Let Colby Covington's fight in 2025 be against Kevin Holland. We even if Kevin Holland loses, he gets fucking head kick KO'd. We know he's coming back one more time at the end of the year. It's only July. Book this fight for the end of the year. And then this can be his one fulfillment of fucking 2025 that Colby Covington likes to do. And then he can go be on the win or lose. He can go fight on the White House card that they're having on the 4th of July next year, if that shit even happens. But make this fight, man. It's an entertaining fight. Kevin Holland called him out. There will be trash talk. There will be entertaining trash talk. You know, you can have the trash talk, and you can have like shit that you can clip and make videos out of and laugh at and actually be entertained by. This will be that. Moving on to some matchups that are already made and that are already coming up. Carlos Prates and Jeff Neal was booked on UFC 314 back in April. Jeff Neal pulled out due to injury, and then Carlos Prates stunk it up against Ian Gary. This fight just got booked 3 days ago to be on the Chicago card, 319, the DDP card. I'm pretty sure it's probably going to open the pay-per-view or be the second fight on the pay-per-view. Good fight, going to go with Carlos Prates, but this fight's already been booked, not much to talk about. Another fight that's been booked from somebody in the rankings, Stephen Thompson's number 12. He's fighting Gabriel Bonfirm this weekend on the Nashville card. Probably will be his retirement fight because he's going to lose. Yeah, not much to talk about there either. Not much of a matchup I wanted to see regardless, so I definitely don't want to keep talking about this. Last but not least, Gilbert Burns, who's holding that spot, not fucking retiring. He's holding that number 10, 11 spot, I think. Give him Randy Brown. There's no one else for Gilbert Burns to fight in the division. In the rankings, there's no one for him to fight. Everyone else is either booked up, has an obvious matchup, or they shouldn't be fighting Gilbert Burns. Like, we know Kobe's not going to fight Gilbert Burns. So, and then the number 15 spot is Michael Venom Page, who's fighting Jared Cannonier in Chicago next month. So give him Randy Brown, man. Randy Brown is entertaining as fuck. He'll be a decent dance partner. You know, he's got decent enough takedown defense to deal with Gilbert Burns, I believe. I don't think he'll be like wet blanketed like Brian Battle did when he came in overweight and Randy Brown was having trouble getting in the groove, you know. And then this gives Randy an opportunity to get in the rankings. He's an entertaining fighter. I feel like he's the highest level. Randy Brown is like top 5 of the highest level fighters that aren't ranked of all the unranked fighters, if you know what I'm saying. I think Randy Brown is that top level. He's long, rangy. He's got power in his right hand. He's styling on folks. Let him. And he's still open to be hit, even by someone like Gilbert Burns. So I feel like this would be the perfect matchup. I'm not gonna lie, I cooked here. You don't even gotta tell me. I know I cooked here. Every single one of these matchups is I cooked here. I'm not gonna lie to you. Book these fights, all of these fights. This should happen by the end of the year. So should this. 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 This is already happening. This is happening. These should all happen by the end of the year. All of them. Every single one of these fights should happen before 2026. But that's all I got for y'all, man. I know I held this video out for a long time. This shit been a long time. I've been talking about welterweight rankings for fucking since the Usman and Buckley fight a month ago. So, Here y'all go. More content coming soon. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to stay consistent. And y'all have a good night, man.